So you've probably seen vehicles around town with amazing graphics on those vehicles, or even graphics all over those vehicles. And you've probably learned by now that most of those vehicles are vinyl wrapped and not painted. But did you know that motorcycles can also be vinyl wrapped? Hello, I'm Frank Fellers. I'm president of Fellers, and we're the world's largest wrap supply company. We supply the folks that actually do those vinyl wraps. They're called wrap providers, and they're called Fellers certified wrap providers. In this video, we're going to show you how to take a motorcycle like this, Kawasaki Ninja ZX14 with a solid color paint job, and turn it into something like this. The most important part of vehicle wraps is the design process, and on motorcycles, it's even more critical. As a matter of fact, on motorcycles, it's really critical that you combine the design process with the installation process. Today I have Zach, our design artist, and I've got Jay, our installation expert, and we're going to talk a little bit about the challenges with motorcycle wraps. So guys, what are the challenges in wrapping a motorcycle?
Well, first of all, one of the biggest challenges you'll face is the fact that the bike has so many curves. It separates itself from a normal vehicle, and you really need to take the time to, when you're templating, to get precise measurements. Use seamstress tape. We use photos typically. We take a photo and then we'll write our dimensions down on the photo. But you really want to get more measurements than you think is actually necessary. It's extremely important. And stay away from the edges. When you're placing text or logos, if you are going to place text or logos, and you want to keep them away from the edges so they don't get cut off or get put on the underside of a curve.
So Jay, obviously you've installed a lot of motorcycle wraps. So tell me, what are the challenges of working with a design and installing it on a motorcycle?
Well, me and Zach will work fairly close together as far as designing something that's installable. And as he said about staying away from the edges with the design, there will be a fair amount of stretch and distortion going on during the installation process. So we'll want to make sure to account for that in the design process and allow for the stretch to happen and not cut off our text or logos or graphic elements.
So Jay, are there any special materials that maybe our folks should ask for when they go to a Fellers certified wrap provider for a motorcycle wrap?
Absolutely. And it may be a little bit more expensive, but what you want to use is an ultra conformable type film. They're going to last longer, they're not going to lift on your edges, and it will allow the stretch to happen where the stretch needs to happen without losing color or causing the material to fail.
Hey Jay, so show us on the bike what's special about wrapping a motorcycle versus say a car or a van or truck.
Mm-hmm. On a motorcycle, we're going to have areas, especially in the tanks, and the tanks will vary, but you always wind up with an area in the tank and seat that the vinyl just has a lot of excess and really needs to be pulled and stretched out. And when that happens, if you're using a lesser quality vinyl, it'll want to snap back and you'll get what we call finger wrinkles or just edge lifting all around the tank.
So after completing the design process, your Fellers certified wrap provider will print your design on a large inkjet printer. To protect the print and increase the life of a wrap, a clear vinyl laminate will be installed over that printed vinyl.
All right, so we designed, printed, and laminated our vinyl, and now we're ready to install, right? Nope. First, we've got to get this bike cleaned and prepped before we can install the vinyl.
In addition to prepping the bike with special cleaning solutions, your Fellers certified wrap provider will often remove parts such as seats, fenders, and rear view mirrors.
Okay, Okay, now we're ready to install the printed and laminated vinyl.
The installation process is guided by a layout map, then the backing paper is peeled away. Squeegees and heat torches are typically used to help conform the vinyl to the curves and indentions of your bike.
In the past, when you wanted custom graphics on a motorcycle, you had to get a highly specialized painter or airbrush artist to get that done. But now there's a much better solution. A lot more can be done with computer-generated design combined with inkjet printed vinyl wraps than ever thought possible with custom paint or airbrush. In fact, a lot of artistic designs such as specialized graphics or especially photographic elements simply can't be reproduced with custom paint or airbrush. But you know what separates vinyl wraps from custom paint more than anything else? You can remove this wrap to reveal the original paint underneath, and that protects your resale value. Now, you're definitely going to have to talk to your fellow certified wrap provider about the steps that you might need to take to prevent damage, but nearly all motorcycle wraps can be removed safely. Try doing that with a custom paint job. Now, you and I both know a ZX14 is badass all by itself, but doesn't this wrap truly make it sick? Now, what do you got to do to keep this wrap looking good? Well, it's important that you talk to your fellow certified wrap provider about cleaning and protecting, but in general, motorcycle wraps last longer than any other type of vehicle wrap. I think it's because they're kept indoors and they're kept away from the sun and that sort of thing. We typically find that motorcycle wraps will last the life of a bike. Finally, what's it going to cost you? Well, typically a motorcycle wrap costs significantly less than custom painting or airbrushing. And remember, your fellow certified wrap provider can transform your bike into a head-turning experience. So let's get started. Go to fellers.com and then click on the section titled Find a Wrap Provider Near You. Thanks for watching us.